Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously, create dozens of quick lists, display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Thursday, May 7, 2015. The question bar is open, folks. If ever you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Today in terms of news, we have a news concerning Europe, where investors are still waiting for the results of Great Britain because they have to vote today between the Conservative government and the Liberal Party. Also, the IMF warned the Asia-Pacific region, saying that with the slowdown of the growth in the Chinese economy, Japanese economy, the strength of the US dollar, those are heightened risk for the Asia-Pacific region. In terms of the news that we had here, we had some news, for instance, on Keurig Green Mountain Coffee. The stock is taking a big hit on their earnings. They missed estimates in revenue increase only by 2.20%. So that stock here, I think those are the opportunities that we're going to see throughout the week or throughout next week. Eventually, a lot of opportunities where we could buy some stocks at a cheaper price. So Keurig Green Mountain Coffee, I think, is in an interesting situation. Is it oversold? Well, yes, it is. But however, we have not seen a wave of buyers that have been consistent on a stock like that. Also, on a yearly basis, we see that it's testing an important upward trend. So at this point here, $98, $95 is a point where we could actually have a beginning of a stabilization phase on Keurig Green Mountain. So it's definitely a stock to be watched. I think the signal you need to see to confirm if it's a bottom is if the stochastics can be around 40%, and if also the volume and balance, which is in yellow, can we actually have an increase on that. And so far we see that it's all going down, which means that this selling pressure is more important than the buying pressure on Keurig Green Mountain. Now, ArcelorMittal also published their earnings. They missed estimates, a loss of 41 cents. And a lot of steel stocks have been negative today, folks. If you take a look at the situation here, yesterday on MarketGurus.tv, we decided to close our positions on United States Steel because we're coming at that stock as a buy around this area. We have been able to take some profit, but when the stock released the earnings, they took a hit. We were slightly patient, but again today, the stock is again pursuing its bearish cycle. So definitely there's no reason to continue to hold on to that stock. So a lot of steel stocks as well are taking a hit. Valley, Cliff Natural Resources. And this is why it was important, though, to take some profit on those stocks while they were rallying. So I hope you did that on your positions. If we continue, there's also some other news, though, on our Canadian companies. There's Canadian Natural Resources that released their earnings today. They made a better than estimates, though, actually. But right now we have the stock that's having a slight intraday rebound. Alamos Gold, they did better than estimates. Don't forget that Alamos Gold and Orico Gold will merge. And Magna International, they did really great, even if revenues decrease by 7%. And also Orico Gold did well, loss that's better than estimates, and Manulife as well. So a lot of good earnings from our Canadian side. One stock that's particular is Bombardier, because Bombardier today, the news on this company, let me show it to you here. So Bombardier, they announced their earnings. They made a 5 cents gain per share. And they also said that their railway division they will make an IPO for that division. So this is something that they expect during the next quarter or so of 2015. So it's this year that they're going to do it. Prometic, they announced today that they have announced a new drug that they will test that will be derived from plasma. As I said, Prometic, it's still within a tight neutral range that it's forming. My entry point on Prometic is if the stock could go above 243. So it remains within an interesting situation. Right now, it's just confirming a sideways formation. So 245, 243 on Prometic, that's the go. And Manitoba Telecom today, they announced their earnings. And the company, I think investors are encouraged by what they're doing. They're going to, first of all, cut jobs, 25%. They're cut their capital expenditures by 20 to 30%. This is for their Allstream division. All this is for their Allstream division. And overall, they will also reduce their dividend to shareholders. So I think in the long term, maybe investors kind of like that because they say the company is going to run a more leaner operations. And this is why we have the surge on that stock. So in the next segment, we're going to take a look at some stocks of the energy sector, because it was a sector that particularly took a hit yesterday after the Albertan election. So folks, we have here one questions here from Tina. Sell all Alberta energy stocks. Well, Tina, look, yesterday there was a big panic because the NDP won in Alberta, and the NDP actually would be in favor of increasing royalties. That is, of course, something that it remains to be seen. Can they really do it, right? Of course, there's going to be some lobbying that's going to be done by those energy companies. And, of course, those are fears. So I don't think you should only sell all Alberta energy stocks because markets are slightly panicking after the NDP won. We need to see how their policies are going to be implemented and if it's really going to be voted and have an impact on the companies. Now, for the technically speaking right now, on that sector, energy stocks, why should you sell energy stocks right now? Because we believe that this decline that has lasted for the last 3 days in the energy sector will come to an end eventually. And 215 becomes now our target. Why 215? Because look, if we put a Fibonacci retracement on the energy sector on the Canadian side, from that top to that bottom, look what happened. This is why the Fibonacci retracement is also a good indicator sometimes. Because look, we have reached at this top here, when we told you to take some profit on a lot of your energy stocks, we have reached 38.2% of all that fall. We actually right now are on the verge of heading towards the 23.6%, which is almost around 215. So which corresponds to almost that former support. So with the energy sector, that's almost also within its oversold situation. Look at with the stochastics. It's also a sign that eventually we're going to have a pause on the sector. So I don't think that it's appropriate to sell all energy stocks. If you have done so yesterday, I think if you have reduced your exposure on the sector, it's a good thing. But right now, what you should watch is to see, okay, what are going to be the stocks that could stabilize and that could give me a buying signal. Stocks like Enerflex, for instance, if we could have a stabilization within the energy sector, I'd like to see the stock stabilizing at 1453 to see if we can have a solid base there, a solid support, and then a new breakout to buy a stock like that. A stock like Tourmaline, if the decline continues, I'd like to see the stock stabilize around this solid support of 37.50. If it could stabilize there and make another breakout, that would be another entry point. So sell all Alberta Energy stocks. I don't think that it's appropriate right now if you have already reduced your exposure. What you should watch is to see what are going to be the stocks that are going to be at a bargain price or that have reached an important support, and where, if ever we have a new bullish cycle in the energy sector, can we have some change. Of course, the situation of the energy stocks is not that positive because, yes, there have been the impact of the election in Alberta, which brings some fears, but also overall, mining and supply of global oil demand is still not there. There's still too much supply and not enough demand, and this is impacting energy companies. And even our energy companies that release their earnings, most of them had a decline in revenue. Some of them have been able to generate some profit, but most of the earnings from companies, I'm talking of companies like, for instance, Crescent Point Energy, Husky Energy, all of them mostly made some losses. So the situation is not as rosy, I would say, and as bullish among energy stocks for today. And I believe that there's a possibility that the decline could continue a little bit before confirming a bottom on energy stocks. Now, what happened to MTO? MTO. Well, I don't know what happened to MTO. The stock is neutral right now. 5 cents is the go. Of course, the stock is almost near its death right now with 4 or 5 cents. You know, when the stock is in desperate needs of good news and money, I guess, because wow, the stock took really a big hit. Really only higher than 5 cents. The fact that it's able to maintain itself there is positive, but we need the stock to go at least higher than 5 cents. And even that, though, a stock that has kept all its downward trends since 2014 and 2015, it's not that positive, though, right? And of course, it's a junior company. They took a hit, but so for gold stocks, I'm definitely not bullish on any of them. And even the gold sector situation, look, we started a bearish cycle yesterday on the sector. Right now we have a rebound, but that doesn't mean that this intraday rebound is enough, because we still have this downward trend there, and there's still a risk that we might go further down on the gold sector.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
So welcome back. So there's one question here from Banque Nationale client. Where would you buy Plug Power? Plug Power, it's a stock that was really active back then. So Plug Power, those are the indicators I will tell you should look for to confirm an entry point. We still have this downward trend on that stock. Now, if ever we could have the 933 stochastics, that's around 30-40%, that will confirm a buyer's momentum. Also, volume unbalance. If you're starting to see that the volume unbalance starts to be more towards, at least can reverse this downward trend there, be more into positive territory, that's also something that will confirm that there's a lot of buyers who are getting in if you have the stochastics around 30-40%. And the last thing you should look at is to see for the MACD histogram 7287, try to see if we can start to be in positive territory. So if you have the stochastics around the 30-40% range, right? If you have the volume imbalance that's starting to tilt more towards this side here, that would show a buyer's momentum. If you have the MACD histogram that can start to be within positive territory, that will confirm that there's some momentum, upward momentum on a stock like that. And for me, the buying signal will be if the stock could go above 253. But we need to see if those indicators that I've mentioned, can they actually be more positive, and that will confirm the strength on Plug Power. And 253, for me, that will be a buy. You have to stay short term on that stock though, because look, the stock is still within a downward trend. If it goes above 253, it will be good, but there's another resistance there at 273. So from 253 to 273, that's a possibility to take some profit on that stock. But really, you have to stay on the short term, because even from 2014 to 2015, the trend is your friend, and the trend is still on the downside there. So a short-term trade, yes, higher than 253 if the indicators that I've mentioned, volume and balance, stochastics, MACD histogram, turn out to be positive. Now, ANON is CRH a buy today. ANON is asking us that. Yes, it's a buy. It's a buy. It's a clear buying signal. Good call. I think we have it on Guru.tv. It's a support that we have here. We stabilized, clear breakout. Now there's another resistance there, because we have tested that many times and we went down. So that is a resistance at 427. So buying that stock today. I love the stochastics here. That's tilting towards overbought situation. The volume unbalance also, that's increasing, right? MACD starting to leave its oversold situation. 10-day, that's almost crossing the 30-day moving average, which is also positive. So I think it's a good buying signal. 422, 430 is the point where you should take some profit on that stock, at least a first round of profit. And the only challenge I see is in terms of the exit point. Would you wait at 335? The stock is already surging by 15%, so that will be a big loss potential ANON. So the thing you could do is that you could put a 30-minute chart, and we see that on a 30-minute chart on that stock, that the former resistance of April 29, 30th, and May 1st could be the point where you could actually put your stop loss to minimize your loss potential. So instead of putting your stop loss at 335, you could put it around 360. So from right now, from 384 to 360, your loss potential will be limited, and at 422 will be the point where you're going to have to take some profit on a stock like CRH Medical. But yes, a good call, nice buying opportunity for that stock. As I said, stochastics is good, volume unbalance is good, 10-day could cross the 30-day moving average, which means that the rally could continue. MACD also as well is okay, but the risk is with this increase there. So make sure you put your stop loss at 350 instead of 335, which is that support here on CRH Medical. But good call. Now, as for the opportunities for day trading, folks, there have been several ones. HND, I think, is an ETF that will be active. $11, that's going to be the go for day trading. Why HND? Because look at natural gas. Natural gas, I think, if it can go below 1336, I'm talking of UNG, 1336, that will be a clear confirmation of the bearish momentum that could bring natural gas towards 1241, 1250. And I think that with this, HND has to be watched and will be interesting. I think you could start to build up your positions on HND. Exit point is not too far, $10, but it's all about day trading, which means that whenever you make a 5-6%, quickly take some profits or close out positions, because natural gas really is volatile. It went down today because of the inventories report. And as for the best day trade of the day, it's that stock here, CERE on NASDAQ. Recommended around 9 something on MarketGurus.tv that you can have access for free for 10 days. And you had one entry point here, a slight resistance, a break of that resistance, another break here, another neutral formation, another break of the resistance here, and now the next entry point is going to be at 360. But look, overbought, volumes are declining. So I believe that we're going to stay there for a while. I think those of you who bought here at 324, well, you're a little bit more at risk though, so let's hope that the stock doesn't go down. But if you bought at 324, you have to put your trend around this, and I think if ever the stock goes slightly lower than the price that you paid, you're gonna have to close out positions. But let's say you bought that stock here, there, or there, well, you're more than happy, because right now you definitely have to close that position, take some profit. For those of you who have not gotten yet, only higher than 360, that the stock will be a go. But I believe we're going to stay within the solid formation for a while. So that's it, folks. See you tomorrow at 12:30 on the Swing Trading Show. HND will have to be watched. Energy stocks are pursuing their decline. So far, I think that we have to look for potential bottom on some stocks. I think the decline will continue before we have the opportunity to buy some stocks. I think that also, with those of you who bought some bearish ETF yesterday, even if we have a slight market rebound today, it's not enough to be able to close those bearish ETF. I think if we have the situation where Nasdaq goes above 4,975, the Dow Jones goes above 17,972, and the TSX goes above 15,136, well, then we might consider, okay, maybe bearish ETF are not going to be interesting. But we see that even if we have a rebound, we still have not broken an important point on all those indices. So I think that this rebound, though, could be shady and not continue during the rest of the day. So that's it, folks. See you at 12:30. I'll see you tomorrow on the Swing Trading Show at 12:30. And thank you all, and I wish you all a good trading.